One last thing I want to bring up is decommissioning cost. How much does it cost to get rid of these things? One, right now, there's nowhere to put these solar panels. They contain all sorts of minerals. Some are rare earth minerals that should not be placed into a landfill. There's something called polyfluoroalkydes, PFAs. These are substances that are inside these solar panels that we know are toxic. The EPA has deemed them toxic, so that when they leach into the groundwater, they build up in your system. You can't get rid of this stuff. There's nowhere to recycle these solar panels. You're talking hundreds, if not thousands of acres of solar panels that are coming down the pike. And we're going to have to figure out how much that costs and who's going to pay for them. I know for a fact right now in the state of Kansas, just from the wind energy alone, it would cost between $3 to $4 billion for us to get rid of all the wind turbines in the state and decommission them when they run their lifespan. Who's going to pay for that? Are you? Taxpayers? No. Wind companies? No. They'll bolt. They'll file for bankruptcy. They'll be gone. Same will happen with the solar. They're not going to tear them down. They'll be left for you to clean up at your own cost, or landowners' costs, or leaseholders' costs. We haven't got those figured out yet. And if you ask somebody about that, nobody has the answers. So that's just one thing. What are we going to do? Are we going to leave that for our kids to have to clean up? There's a lot to consider when you go down the path of these renewables. And the footprint alone is ridiculously large. You've got massive, massive amounts of land. Think about the Wolf Creek Nuclear Power Plant. Have you ever seen that place? The power plant alone sits on like 12 acres or something like that. And there's a big lake out near it. Wildlife comes around. The fish are giant inside those lakes. It's fantastic. That one facility, that small facility, generates enough power for 86 out of the 105 counties in the state of Kansas. Small, tiny footprint. These giant solar farms are at best 20% efficient most of the time, and in the winter when there's clouds for days and days on end, they're not going to produce any electricity at all. Why are we occupying all this land that we could use for future development, future parks, whatever, for something that's going to produce a mere trickle of electricity? Just one more thing to consider when we're talking about these industrial scale renewables.